Hi guys, this is Dr. Denny Warren. I want to share with you some tips and some things that have been very useful for me in the past 8 years on meditation. Meditation is one of the most wonderful things you can do to help calm your mind, relax your mind, focus your mind on the positive things in life, focus your mind on goals or scripture or different verses, or could be colors or words or anything that you want to focus on just to calm and relax your mind. There's so much research right now to show that meditation and relaxing and calming your mind, not only does it decrease the amount of stress hormones in your body, but also increases the amount of growth, healing, and repair hormones. And it synchronizes both of the hemispheres of your brain. It synchronizes the function of both the hemispheres of your brain, which means that your body's going to function, your brain and your body's going to function more at a homeostatic level, more of a level of balance, health, and homeostasis. So I want to share with you some different tips and techniques that I've adapted over the last 8 years that really helps me really look forward to, really enjoy, and really get a lot of valuable time out of my meditation time. So a couple things that I do. One thing I do every night, I do it at nighttime. As many people actually recommend that you do it in the morning, and I think that's great. If you can get up early and start your day that way, that's a wonderful way to start your day. And many of the most successful people in the world start their day by getting up and exercising and practicing meditation first thing in the morning. For me, I actually like to sleep in. Now, I don't sleep in that long, but I sleep in a little bit more. My wife is able to get up real early and she goes to exercise. But my most valuable time as far as meditation is concerned is at nighttime. I go to bed about 30 minutes later, hour later than my kids, but 30 minutes to an hour later than my wife does. So that's quiet time for me. The whole house is completely quiet. I pick a room in my house, which is our bedroom, which is very quiet, it's peaceful. There's not any, we don't have any clutter. If you've ever been to see our room, we don't have any clutter here in our room. It's very, very tranquil, very soothing, very easy place. And we did that on purpose because we wanted it to be a place that we can come and relax and easily go to sleep. So this is a place that I pick at nighttime when it's dark. I can close my eyes, I can rest, I can calm my mind down, calm my body down, and it's actually great to do that right before I jump in bed. But there's some other things that I add to it that really help my whole meditation process, help me get in a deeper state of meditation. And some things that I do, one thing is I love to have my journal next to me. Now, the reason why I have my journal next to me is there's sometimes that when I'm in meditation, I might have some good ideas, some things that I've been thinking about, and some ideas will pop into my head. So I like to have this close by so I can write those ideas down. Or there's also times where maybe I have a stressor or something going on in my life that I cannot get it out of my head. It just keeps running through my head over and over and over. Or maybe I'm thinking about I really need to remember to tell something to somebody tomorrow, the next day, or the next week. And so what I do is I write those things down. That way I have them. And that way I can get that out of my head. That way I can just kind of relax my mind and relax my body. So a journal is really, really important. In fact, those people that have insomnia, one of the techniques that I recommend for people is to journal every single night. Write down the things that are in your mind, the things you need to remember for the next day, but also finish that with the things that you're grateful for. That way you can go into a good state of sleep, some good rest, some happy dreams, and then you wake up well rested the next day. So a journal is very, very good and very important. Another thing that I like to do is I have frankincense. I always put frankincense oil on my tongue, just one drop, put it on my finger, and I put that on my tongue. Frankincense oil is an essential oil that has been used for thousands of years, and many believe that it gives them helps them achieve more of a spiritual awareness type of an emotion and feeling inside their body and their spirit. And so this is something that I like to do every single time. It's just a ritual that I've gotten into that I like to do every single time before I get into my meditation, is put frankincense on my tongue. And sometimes I'll even use some different, like wild orange peel, some cloves, some cinnamon, and rosemary and eucalyptus. There's a blend, a great blend, that will put that on my neck, and the back of my neck, and the front as well. Now, one thing that I sometimes use is I use a diffuser. This is a diffuser where it can actually diffuse some good essential oils. Because one of the things you want to think about with your meditation time is you're calming your senses. And you can also have different essential oils that help to calm your body and relax your body as well. So that's a great one that I like to have. There's also some essential oils that there's times in your life where you're going to need to be invigorated, to lift up, to maybe try to find and and to solve problems and find answers to things you've been looking for, well, there's different oils that help to stimulate your mind. So I'll use different oils at different times for that purpose. Another technique that I really love, I have this little iPad or iNano, and it has some, I put these in my ears and I listen at nighttime because I have some meditation CDs on here that I really, really enjoy. There's many meditation CDs out there, but the one I really like the most is called Holosync. It's called a Holosync technology. What you can do is you can get CDs, you can order this and get CDs from it. And what it does is it puts your brain waves into a lower, longer frequency, slower brain waves. And in those slower brain waves, which is the delta and the theta brain waves, in those slower brain waves, those longer frequencies, that's really where your mind starts to really calm down. That's where you get into a deep meditative state. And that's really where you start to reprogram, really start to heal and strengthen your body. And it's really where you get to an amazing state of meditation. Most of us function on the alpha or beta brainwaves, which are faster, more faster frequency wavelengths. And that's more where we're conscious thought, but it's also more where we're also in the stressed mode. So if you can get in those slower, longer frequency brainwaves, the delta and the theta, that technology actually helps me do that because when I listen to those in my ear, it's giving each ear different frequencies. And what happens, what they found with the research is your brain will match whatever the difference is, it'll match that with the frequencies that you're listening to in the opposite ears. So it helps to put me in a delta and a theta brainwave to slow my mind down, to calm my mind down. Now, I also want to show you, I'm going to show you the chair. The chair that I have, you don't have to have a special chair, but this is a chair that has a special meaning to me because it's my grandfather's and my grandmother's chair that they had when they passed away. I got this chair from their bedroom and I put it in my bedroom. It just has a special meaning to me and it gives me that warmth and that feeling of that my grandparents are with me. And another thing that I have, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to move it out of the way here and I'm going to show you on the camera. I have this, it's a pad on my chair there that has a magnetic, it's a magnetic foam pad here. It's actually got a wool pad here, but it has a bunch of magnets throughout the whole thing. And the reason why I have that is because your body is energetic, and I like to have that nice magnets to sit on to help pull more energy into my body. And there's one other thing I want to show you down at the very bottom down here. If you see this pad here, this is called a grounding or an earthing pad. So grounding or earthing is literally connecting your body with the frequencies of the earth. So this is connected to a grounding outlet here, the outlet on the wall. And this discharges all those electromagnetic frequencies that we get inside our body from being around cell phones to being around computers to being around lights, artificial, refrigerators, all these appliances that we have. They put off these electromagnetic frequencies. By putting my feet, I put my bare feet on this pad. This grounds my body out, and it gets those negative charges, that static charge out of my body, all those electromagnetic frequencies, it gets it out of my body. And then it also puts into my body a lot of the negative electrons, the free negative electrons that are on the surface of the earth. It pulls those into my body, which that's good for several things. That's good for inflammation and pain. It's also good for inflammation that's at the root of virtually every chronic degenerative disease or illness. So by grounding yourself, you're actually helping to heal yourself and helping your body strengthen. So these are all different techniques. You can choose one or several of those to add to your repertoire that's going to help you get into a better meditative state. Now, a couple things to think about. You don't have to have any of these things. In fact, if I just went outside and I was outside in nature, nature has an amazing way of calming your body. And you're also, if you're going to be touching the earth, you're grounding or earthing yourself while you're doing it. And you're connected to these great frequencies and that great energy of the earth. So I wouldn't even need the electric pad or this grounding pad. So each of these techniques, they can be adapted. I strongly encourage you, when you do this, to try to find a room in your house or a room someplace outside that lacks all the clutter. And the reason why you want to lack the clutter, because if you have clutter all around you, your mind's going to be racing. It's going to be very difficult. So a couple things, a couple extra keys I want you to keep in mind when you do this. It would be awesome if every single person could meditate for an hour every single day. And some of you watching this, you might get to the point where you want to do that and you do that, and that's great. That's wonderful. But I think if you can get away from the idea that it has to be an hour every day, start with it being 5 minutes. Start with it being 20 minutes. You know, it could be any length of time, but if you use that time to try to calm your mind, to get into your rituals that's going to help you calm your mind and calm your body, you're going to get amazing health benefits out of it. And you're more likely to continue it long term if you just take it in small bite-sized pieces instead of saying, I got to do an hour every single day. Now, another thing that I like to talk to people about is what do you think about in your mind? Because there's some techniques that teach you to just try to relax your mind, just a blank slate, think about nothing, and then if a thought comes up into your head, just to acknowledge that thought, to let that thought go, and to go back to nothingness. That is wonderful for some people. For me, I've actually had a difficult time with that. And so one of the things I like to do is I like to go through affirmations. I like to talk about, and in my head, I like to speak through different affirmations. I am loving, I am kind, I am honest, I am trustworthy, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy. I like to go through all these different affirmations, and not only when I go through it, I like to say an affirmation, and then I close my eyes. The whole time I have my eyes closed, I think about and I feel that feeling and how good it feels to feel that love, to feel that joy, to feel that peace, to feel that health or that wealth. And I feel that and I enjoy that feeling for a while, and then once that feeling passes, or maybe I have another thought come to my mind, then I just switch to my next affirmation. My next affirmation might be, I am kind. And I think about all of the things about being kind, and I feel that good feeling of that kindness. I enjoy doing that because it keeps me focused on the person, my true self, my true being, the person that I want to be, and the person that I am, the person that I'm becoming as well. So another way that people will use their meditation time is they'll think about a Bible verse, they'll think about a prayer, they'll think about certain people that they care for and that they want to send good energy out to those people and to pray for those people, to love those people. Maybe they're thinking about healing and restoration, they're thinking about health. There's a lot of different ways to do it. But the thing I wanted to share with you, there's many techniques, many ways, but if you can just start with 5 minutes a day or 5 minutes a week, something small, and then if you start whatever different things I talked about, whether it be the journal, whether it be some meditation CDs, whether it be in nature, whether it be with doing this essential oils, all of these different techniques, if you can pick the things that resonate with you, add those in and start to use those and get into a habit and a ritual of doing those on a regular basis, you're gonna really start to love it. You're gonna really, really enjoy it, and it's gonna make a really positive difference in your life. So if you have questions about this, there's many resources on this. You can always ask me for any tips, any other tips that I might have, but there's many wonderful resources on this. If you have questions, you can ask us, but I invite you just to continue to look out there at all the wonderful resources and use this to just improve your whole existence, improve your mental state, improve your physical state and your spiritual state. So I hope you love this. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you get a lot out of it, and we'll see you in the next video. We'll talk to you soon.